this little game, you'll be juggling monitors and eavesdropping on trees, all while questioning whether sounds need an audience. So, go on, test the limits of observation and reality. Just don't expect the trees to answer any of your existential questions. No sound for you. This tree chose a private exit. Arrived just in time to miss it. And now it's just you and the quiet forest. You were here, you heard it, and yes, it definitely happened. Too late, the tree's down. Silence. This tree fell without an audience. Don't touch that button. Another tree down with no one to hear it. You missed the moment. Maybe a trolley ran over it? But who knows? The tree has fallen, but without our ears. Does it make a sound? No soundtrack included for you. The tree's already fallen. Did you know that trees can communicate with each other? Through a network of underground fungi, they can share nutrients and even send distress signals about environmental threats. While you're here watching this tree, think about this. Those icons are bouncing around on all the other screens. You can't see them right now, so do you think one might hit the corner perfectly while you're not looking? It's the classic unseen phenomenon. Does it happen if you're not there to see it? You know, watching a tree is a lot like watching paint dry, except it's somehow more philosophical and involves less feelings. Meanwhile, somewhere out there, a celebrity is probably buying another absurdly expensive car that they'll drive exactly once. And did you ever wonder why we never see baby pigeons? See, this is exactly why we can't have nice things. You just had to keep pushing that button. Now all we've got is this circle. Hope you're happy with your handiwork. Oh, looks like the computer decided to pull a restart. I always told the game creator that using his old computer for this setup was a risky move. And here we are, apps crashing. Oh, who am I? You thought I was the game's creator. Nope, just a philosophy major fresh out of college. Couldn't land a job. And then the game's creator needed a narrator. Now I'm stuck here, making the best of it. Anyway, when this loading is over, just click that tree icon to get the tree monitoring app back up. And let's keep this philosophical exploration rolling. Hey, those files aren't part of the thought experiment. That's some personal stuff you're snooping through. All right. Since you're already deep into the files, you might as well know a bit more. You found his high school reflection on Frankenstein, an essay that certainly won't be winning any literary awards. It's a bit of a mess, frankly. I told him not to use his old computer for this setup. Now his embarrassing attempts at deep thought are on display for thousands of players to see. Speaking of Frankenstein, you probably noticed familiar references throughout this game. Right, you're clearly not into this. Silence is golden, as they say. Well, if you're going to dig around, here's another thing for you. This is an essay he wrote back in his freshman year of college. The assignment was to write about any artist, and he chose to dive into the works of Junji Ito, a famous horror manga artist from Japan. This essay examines how Ito's horror narratives weave together Lovecraftian themes and the distinctive style of other Japanese manga. Through his analysis, he highlighted how Ito carved out a unique niche in horror, inspiring countless others with his chilling tales and unsettling imagery. This essay underscores a fundamental truth about the arts. They thrive on a cycle of inspiration and influence. Creators across all mediums, including video games, build upon the works of others. This very game, inspired by the trolley problem meme, is a testament. Without such inspirations, it simply wouldn't exist. The essay itself lacks a bit of polish, though. That footage is from Azure, a game he made back in his freshman year of college. It's a difficult 2D platformer with an Eastern art style, inspired by Celeste. If you're curious, you can still find it on Steam. It's free to play. Maybe give it a try and see where he started before he got into all this philosophical game making. This one's called More Than Tank, the very first game he ever made, back in 2018. He teamed up with another guy for this project. He handled the coding while his teammate took care of the art. Coding this game led to his first all-nighter, a true rite of passage for any coder. It's always interesting to see where someone started, isn't it? You've discovered the opening animation for a game that never saw the light of day. He had this animated by a tremendously talented friend, aiming to give the game an extra layer of polish and appeal. It's truly impressive work, but sadly, his ambition outpaced his resources, and the project was just too grand to complete. It's a shame that such incredible artwork by an amazing artist remains tucked away in an unfinished folder. For any indie developer watching, let this be a lesson. Starting small can be wise. Build your skills and experience on manageable projects. I see. Too much info? I'll mute myself. Back to the trees. Let's hope they stayed upright while we were away.